Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over the 5 best skinning gold farms that you can do right now. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay, so today we're going to be going over the 5 best skinning gold farms currently at this moment in time in Shadowlands. So that being said, let's just jump into number 1. Coming in at number 1 is the Desolate leather farm. Now this one can be done within Unguro Crater, and what you're going to be wanting to do is go over to the western side of the map, which would be the southwest side more specifically. What you're going to be wanting to look for is the Queen Desolate. She is a quest boss in which all you have to do is fly over there. What you're going to be wanting to do is just by standing stationary and make sure that you have the Dark Moon Firewater Potion. This is to increase your skinning speed in order to actually do this a lot more effectively. But overall, what you're going to be wanting to do is stick yourself right next to the spawn point, right in front of her, as I'm showing on the screen right now. And what you're going to be wanting to do is by killing her, skinning her, and then waiting 30 seconds. She has a spawn retimer of around about 30 seconds in order to get Desolate leather, and what you're going to be wanting to do is make good use of her low spawn timer. Now she is the most consistent Desolate that actually has a very fast spawn rate, and that means this is prime time to getting a lot of Desolate leather within a very short amount of time. What you can do there is just by standing stationary, just doing a double click every 30 seconds, and you will have Desolate leather as well as some thick and also rugged leather. Coincidentally, you can also level up your vanilla skinning with this by just standing stationary. You'll get a load of different other leathers as you level up, so that means you can get a wide variety just by standing still and getting a load of Desolate leather, which you can also use to turn into a load of crafted transmog, which also sells for a good amount of gold in the long run as well. That being said, let's move on to our next one at number 2, which is the Warbear leather farm. Now this one can be located within Winter Spring, and what you're going to be wanting to do is by going to the northern side. As soon as you fly into Winter Spring, all you have to do is just go a little bit north to where the flight master is, and you'll find a load of bears. What you're going to be wanting to do there is by killing all of those bears in a circular-esque fashion. The thing of note that I would actually recommend is either by doing this on a druid or a demon hunter as a skinner, as they're easier to maneuver around the actual area, as these bears are quite well spaced out. But overall, you have a decent chance of getting a hold of Warbear leather as well as rugged leather and thick leather as well. So that means you can get a load of different types of leathers, as well as the high priced one, which is the Warbear leather. Regardless from that, you can also craft Warbear leather into Warbear woolies, which then you can sell those on the auction house because they fetch for a nice piece of gold in the long run as well. And overall, I find that just selling the Warbear leather, if you don't want to craft it, sells quite well as that. This does go for a high price, but remember the sell rate on these, such as like the Desolate leather, does take a little bit longer to sell than you would with the current content stuff, as well as other different types of leathers. So I would bear that one in mind, but it does sell. You just got to be patient with all of that stuff right there. That being said, let's move on to our next one at number 3, which is the Exotic Leather Farm. This one can be located in the Isle of Giants in Pandaria. If you have not already got the flight path for that, all you have to do is go to Kulai Summit and just fly north. You'll get a little bit of fatigue, but as soon as you reach the island, the fatigue will disappear, and also you'll be dismounted. Remember, you can't use any flying mounts on this, so you will have to use a ground mount for this actual particular island. Failing that, I find this best done with a demon hunter as my skinner, as he has his dash abilities in order to get forward a bit faster, so I can do the runs even faster. But I do ground mount up sometimes in order to get across the actual island. What you're going to be wanting to do is a nice circular motion and picking up all of the dinosaur bones, which you get from all of these dinosaurs, and also you can skin these, which is the main goal for this particular farm, for exotic leather. Failing that, you also do get some magnificent hide from this, and I'd highly recommend actually doing this skinning farm, as it sells relatively fast in the grand scheme of just farming up leathers. And also The one thing of note that you may want to do is kill on Dasta, which is at the centre of the island. She can provide you with a load of giant dinosaur bones for a one-time thing, which is kind of helpful if you're going to go do this farm. You might as well just kill on Dasta if she's up, and if you're doing it for an hour, she definitely will be up for you to actually kill. That being said, let's move on to our next one at number 4, which is the Dredged Leather Farm. Now this one is located within the Vale of Eternal Blossoms, and I covered this like a month or so ago. This farm is definitely well worth your time, as if you turn it to your Enzoth invasions, so make sure that you're actually zoned into the Enzoth invasions, what you're going to be wanting to do here is by going over to the wolves. Now these can be found in the bottom left of the map, and all you have to do is pick up 4 packs of those wolves, and you'll be able to just take them out and skin them. I find this best done with a demon hunter as my skinner, but you can also do this with a druid or warrior or whatever. As long as you're able to kill the wolves and skin them, you shouldn't have a problem. I just find it best done with a demon hunter, hence why my demon hunter is my skinner. That being said, I do find that this farm does relatively well overall, and this is mainly due to the fact that the dredged leather still sells for a decent chunk of gold, as well as you do get a load of bloodstained bones to go along with this. Any other additional materials that you get with this is a nice little uptick overall, but those 2 things are the ones that are your big money makers from this farm. You do get questionable meat from this, but the sell rate for this is very, very low, so I'd end up just vendoring it. I don't really use it for any crafting because it's not really worth it anymore for that questionable meat, but overall the other different types of leathers and the bones do sell for a decent chunk of gold in the overall farming scene. That being said, let's move on to our last and final one at number 5, and no surprise is the Desolate Leather Farm. Now this one is located within Bastion, and if you remember going into Bastion to do your leveling, you had to kill a load of these flying things at the beginning. What you're going to be wanting to do is by absolutely murking these guys, and that is due to their high spawn rate, because this is the beginning leveling zone when it comes towards Shadowlands. That means that you'll be able to do a complete little circle of the area and still have multiple spawns each and every time. These are linked with a spawn of, once every single one of those mobs is killed, they'll start to respawn when it comes towards that, as well as if you just killed one and then you just left it, the respawn time would still go, but you can somewhat increase that by the more you kill per hour, the more they'll spawn, but not like a hyper spawn farm anymore, unfortunately. But you do get a hefty chunk of Desolate Leather, as well as Callous Hide and also Heavy Callous Hide, depending on your level. That being said, this is a great farm because it's current content and it sells for a decent chunk of gold overall, and this one would be the one that you would want to do if you want to make some consistent gold, and if you wanted to make regular gold each and every day. So say you did an hour each and every day, you definitely get a decent chunk for all of that. Other than that, guys, that is pretty much everything I have to say for the 5 best skinning gold farms at this moment in time. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon. If you want to support the channel and help make the channel even better, then why not check out the Patreon? Members get additional info, gold making resources, and Patreon specific content. The link is located in the description down below. Thank you and have an awesome day.